Well. Hello, everyone, and I hope you guys are doing good. And I want to thank you all for the birthday love. It's been a pretty crazy couple of days, and so I thought I'd share some of that and just some random talk for a while and stuff, and you know appreciate all you guys for coming out, and then all the people that actually commented on the posts and stuff and all that. And I'm gonna go through the wow. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Hello, gorgeous. That's like huge fucking feels right now. Wow. uh, Thank you, Russell. But as I'm going to go through, and do roll call, and then I'll get everything. But we have Captain Jimbo Jack is in the house. Chester, Franklin, as always, the goat, the number one. 71 is in the house. Rosalia is here, and um, wow, Ashton's here, and Anthony Chabot is here, and of course the ever lovely Moonbeam is here.
Good afternoon, Moonbeam.
And let's see, I did say Ashton and Anthony and stuff, and Corey's here from Wilkie's Music and Movies, and P. Rick.
Corey.
So yeah,
P. What's up, P?
Got a lot of people in the house. Appreciate you all, coming out, and
What's up, Chester?
and
Brookie.
of course, my tag team partner Juno. And thank you all for the birthday wishes. And Brooke Sauce is in the house. And Russell Collier is here. So yeah,
Hey, Russell.
Nice. And Cole DeCase sent me a nice birthday wish, and R True and Honky Digital. A lot of people commenting on the post, which was very nice. And I got some gifts from the lovely and beautiful Moonbeam, and I'm going to talk about those in a bit. I guess I should just go over the itinerary of the weekend. So Moonbeam and we Friday night we watched Gregory's Girl together. She had never seen that, and I wanted to. I've been wanting her to see that for a long time. I was gonna actually buy her a Blu-ray of it because it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I know you guys remember when I did the watch party for that. So yeah, that was fun, and we had a good time watching it and whatnot. And and thank you, Chrome Human, for the the birthday wishes. If I think I know who you are, unless the name changed or whatever. But so yeah, there was that, and we had a really good time, and then we so there was that, and then Yesterday, my friends Liz and Jason took me out to a really, one of my favorite Mexican restaurants and stuff. And I had a really nice carnitas plate. And I had my one and only drink of the year, which was a prickly pear margarita. They put it in like a shaker or whatever. And I wound up, I think it was about actually 3 glasses worth. So I was a little drunk after, after that, and we were finished with dinner and whatnot. And then we went to this place, Red Circle Ice Cream, and Liz told me, you can get 2 desserts if you want, and that's something I don't normally do. But since I was drunk, I'm like, okay, whatever, So people were asking me what a couple of the things were, and so I got one thing that had soft serve ice cream with caramel sauce, and then 2 churros, freshly baked churros with it, and then the other thing I got was this sort of waffle cone, but it's all puffy, and it had chocolate ice cream with some chocolate dust or whatever, and then some little bit of whipped cream and marshmallows, and that was good. And boy, was I so full. And then today, Jimbo Jack took me to this Italian restaurant called Maggiano's, and Rosie, yep. And so, yeah, happy birthday to the champ, bro. So it's awesome. I didn't even know that I shared a birthday with him and stuff. So yeah, Jimmy, like I said, took me to this place, Maggiano's, and the plates were like huge, and we got this thing where we each, got an entree, and then it had it included an appetizer, and we got like a dessert, but then they gave me a birthday dessert as well, of like these lemon cookies, and then a cookie that says happy birthday. I didn't know that it was edible, and then she's like, oh, when we were packing up stuff to go, because we were really, I was still stuffed from last night, so I didn't really eat that much. So now I've got food for a few days. So we,
Órale.
yeah. But Jimmy got some ricotta with mushrooms and some sort of stuff, and I got chicken fettuccine, and it was really, real fucking good. But this place makes fucking Olive Garden look like McDonald's, so right
Órale.
there, that tells you, yeah. Hey, Holland, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Holland Oates is here,
Hey
and
there, Holland.
and so, yeah, it was crazy, it was like, wow. But he had told me about it. We tried to get there a couple of years ago, but we were going the wrong way, I guess. And, he didn't remember where to turn or whatever. And he thought it was this one place. And then we wound up going to Golden Corral and all that, but it still was all, it was all good, because I had a good time at Golden Corral. I didn't, that's good every once in a while, and stuff. So there was that. And then I had got this thing that popped up on my phone from Dairy Queen. It said I had a choice of a free dessert. So Olive Garden, yeah. So we went there, and I got a free shake, and then we hung out there for a bit, and then we, came home and talking to Moonbeam for a bit and whatnot. And then I was, set up the thing for the stream, and I kind of passed out and took a nap for a couple of hours, and talk to my friend Tim, who he's hiding in here somewhere. No, I know who he is. He's here. I told him, you should come in tonight, and I sorry, I just
Yeah.
I'm still like, what?
Yeah. Larry, the horror cat dad is in the chat.
Oh,
What's up,
fuck.
Larry?
Larry, what's going on, brother? So
Larry's
yeah,
also he gave birthday wishes to you, Texas.
yeah. So Tim is in the house because he is the Chrome Human and stuff. So he's one of my best friends that I've known for a number of years, and one of the most amazing people I've known. And he gave me like a lot of nicknames, that being the Fresh Prince of San Francisco was one of them, you know. And Russell has got some kind of limerick here and stuff. And Chester said he enjoyed Seeds, and he did think that the Ghastly Ones was a good movie. See, Chester does his homework. If he says he doesn't watch, he said I haven't watched it, he goes back and he'll watch it. And Chester's the fucking man. He's a good ticket taker too. When he did that for taking the tickets for a Flesh Pot of 42nd Street. This Tuesday, I'm going to do a watch party for another Milligan movie called Carnage. This one is from the 80s. I watched it, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's unbelievably fucking bad, but all the effects and everything are hilarious. So you can deal with that. But I'm just saying that out of this will be the fourth one that we've watched. This is this is fucking bad. But he was getting, I think, worse as he went along, stuff. The Fresh Prince Nana from Bel Air. I don't know if well, no, I'm not going to stand up, but I guess I can just do that little. There you go. There's the half Nana dance there. You need to, Rosie, you need to watch some of the old ROH stuff when he was managing like Jimmy Rave and a few other people. And when he would come out, people would actually throw rolls of toilet paper at him. And it was so hilarious when he would get hit with one. Actually, one would hit him. He would sell it like he was shot. It'd be like, just, oh, it was great. So good.
Do you still have those ROH tapes?
Yeah, I have a ton of ROH. Well, they were all DVDs. They didn't really put tapes out stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing a few years, but it was like kind of later stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I've got a lot of them.
Do you have the one with Raven and CM Punk's dog collar match?
I do have that. Yeah, that one cost me a pretty penny off of eBay. It was one of the ones that was out of print. I think I paid $30 for it or something. But yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking A.
But I tell you, one of the best ones was this one where Danielson is against Austin Aries, and they go for like 85 minutes. I mean, that's insane. It's like I never would imagine, something like that.
85 minutes. That's the full length of a movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, their shows were long. They'd be like, over 3, almost 4 hours sometimes. It was insane. And then
What was
go
what
ahead.
was the match contested in?
Just a
With,
regular match. I don't know
I
if they
thought it was
had.
Iron Man or
No, it
something.
wasn't an Iron Man. It was just a fucking regular match.
Hmm.
Maybe there was no time limit or something like that, but
Yeah.
it was really good. And then the also on that show was a match with the Rottweilers against the Briscoe brothers, and the Rottweilers win, and then fucking I want to say it was Ricky Reyes, maybe somebody kicked
God.
fucking Mark Briscoe in the head, and then every the shit hits the fan. It was like all the wrestlers run out. They're fucking trying to get to them and stuff. It might have even been Low Key, I think, that did it. And then like they run out of the building. Like they even pull like the curtain down. They run out of the building. They're in the parking lot, and fucking Joe is looking for like Low Key, and he's telling him, I'm gonna fucking bury you and shit. I mean, it's insane. It's like one of the best shows I think I've ever seen. It's just crazy. But I don't want to be talking
Yeah,
about that all night.
they should be throwing toilet paper at Chris Nana for this Halloween piece of shit toilet paper.
All the spring ends. Well, he did. So there we go. Dark Side of Oz. You yeah, I'm thinking about that, Russell, about the, greasy strangler and all that. But, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I mean, my heart's all like, you know. Um,
Looking forward to AEW's next pay per view more than WrestleMania because WrestleMania's week's been shit.
they can't even fucking, the ticket sales are shit. So,
That's right. That's right. Cornette and that James Romero guy that they've been like making fun of them for doing that stupid crap, which I'm laughing at that. Like, yeah, they're mother grubbing bastards.
it's just off. Leave it to Rosie, everything, it's great.
Like nobody's even looking forward to that fucking event. Like nobody's even paying shit.
You couldn't even fucking pay me to go to that, and I've
Yeah,
been to 3 of them, back
yeah.
in the day, But yeah, I want to talk about, the gifts that um, Moonbeam got me and stuff. So
Mhm.
let me see. What the fuck?
Oh shit!
What the fuck did I just do?
Clicked my screen by accident.
I was trying to hit mine, but I don't. Ah, that's weird. I don't know why I'm not back.
Yeah, you see the gray bars that says like it looks like a little gray square. Do you see it on top of the screen when you click it?
No, I don't see it. Which,
Because that's how I exit the video, the
well,
screen.
it says exit, but it says still participants and shows me on there. And um, I'm
Click the screen and you see like a zoom or something like
See, they fucked this thing all up. Hey, Liana, good to see you. This thing is all fucked up. Maybe I should just leave and come back.
Okay.
Because all I was trying to do was find the full screen for me, and then I don't even know what the fuck I hit, you know? Damn. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
No, don't want to do that because I don't want to knock you off.
I could just come back in.
Well, I don't know if it would still show me. I'm gonna just jump off and jump back in.
Okay. Texas will be back, everybody. Hey there, Liana. Good to see you. But yeah, everybody, especially Chester. When I saw the reveal about Pat McAfee being the caller, that was probably the dumbest fucking reveal ever. Even James Romero said that, and Jim Cornette said that was the dumbest fucking reveal. And it just didn't. It just looked like a joke, like cartoony shit. And they involve fucking Jelly Roll in it. It's just like, I have no idea what the fuck wrestling is doing with that crap. It's just like you have to have celebs in a fucking WrestleMania match, which I'm kind of sick and tired of seeing that crap in WrestleMania. Like, to me, it pissed me off when fucking Mayweather beat Big Show. That was stupid because Big Show was more sheered, and even though he was the fucking heel, Mayweather got his ass booed, and nobody even liked his ass being in the match. And he won that match, knocking out Big Show, which is bullshit. I wish Big Show should have won that match. Yes, I agree, Ash. It's just the week of the build-up for WrestleMania has been shit. Don't know what the hell they're doing it. Now everybody's pissed off at the WrestleMania and how much of a piece of shit it is. But it's just like there's no build-up to it. Punk and Roman was great building it up, but they fucked it up by having the Usos involved. I'm like, you didn't need that shit. You should have just let Roman and Punk do their shit. And that was actually a good build-up. And like, there's other stuff that people are not interested, but the stuff with Randy Orton turning heel and beating the shit out of Cody was actually the most brutal shit I have ever seen. But I don't like the Pat McAfee crap in it.
This isn't
but
even
there's
doing
possibility.
anything, you know?
Oh shit, you're back. Oh,
well, it won't let. It's like it says I'm here, but it's not. Can you check and see if you're on full and then take it off? Like on full screen and then take yours off. Maybe that's what it is. And maybe I put you full screen.
I can't do it. It's only on your side that could allow me to get out. I can't click the screen off.
Son of a bitch.
You want me to like exit out?
Yeah, maybe do that, and then I'll see if I'm here, and then come back in.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, yeah, there I am. So the fuck, fucking StreamYard. Yeah. So sorry for all the problems tonight, folks. This is just like ridiculous. Fucking shut up, Jimmy. Fuck. Now I've added Juno back, but then I don't see him. What the fuck? I can hear him. I know he's there.
I'm backstage. I
I
can
mean,
only see. I think you're only on screen.
yeah, I mean, I see. I mean, I don't even.
Because I was waiting for you to put me backstage. Because usually when you come in, I'm backstage or something. I don't know if I'm in or not, but I guess I am in. But I'm
Well,
in the
you
back.
you are there. I don't know how to fucking get. I mean, I added you. I don't know what's going on.
I guess because the full screen's on still, so I guess it went to you now.
I don't know what in the hell. I can't figure this out because when I hit it for me, it just says remove from stage, mute, or edit mic settings. That's all it says.
There we are.
Oh, okay. That's fucking weird. Oh, now, well, see, they did change this because it has this little bar thing.
Yeah, that's what I
Fucking.
was telling you about the little bar they
Oh, well, see, I
fucking changed.
couldn't.
Because
I didn't see that before.
yeah,
It didn't
because
show that.
they used to have it under where the camera says mic and
Right.
mute and stuff. It
Yeah,
used to be around there.
that's what I was looking at, and there was nothing there. What a fucking pile of
Damn
shit.
StreamYard changed.
Fuck you, StreamYard, you piece of shit.
Horse's ass.
So, yeah, this is dumb as fuck. Yeah, I mean that is weird. There's no reason for that to even happen, you know. Okay,
Hmm. I agree, I agree, Rosie. Wacky StreamYard is a horse's ass. Pat McAfee's a horse's ass, pretty much.
what McAfee virus protector?
God damn it! Like, I gotta see that dude fight Jelly Roll. Like, really, for fucking WrestleMania? Fuck that.
Are you serious?
Because they're having this stupid storyline with Cody and Randy. They were supposed to have this heated rivalry, and I guess the person he contacted was Pat McAfee. It was like the stupidest reveal, and Jim Cornette and James Romero made fun of that fucking reveal of how stupid it was, and even the fans thought it was stupid. And even Jelly Roll's involved in the fight, like ridiculous garbage.
All right. Well, I want to get to this thing that I was trying to get to.
Let's get to the presents. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm gonna edit all the WWE shit out. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna try
Don't blame
this
you.
thing one more time and see what it says. No, I don't want to remove you from the stage. I don't want to remove myself. See, I can't find that other thing now because it doesn't even show it. Wait, let me turn this fucking thing this way. Stupid. It's not even showing it anyway. This thing sucks. I don't think it's definitely not Rosie's fault. It's probably Mr. Stream Yard's fault.
It's Pat McAfee's fault. That
See, I
horse's ass.
can't. Well, see, like Juno, when I press on it, it either hits on your side or like my side. It doesn't even show that thing anymore. It only did it when I came back.
Mm.
Does not make any sense.
Don't know, man.
Well, I'm not going to fuck with it. Everybody's just going to have to live with it the way it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But to play it by ear.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's who it is. Ashton, half death race fault. But 71 says her mom's singing songs for your birthday here as an opera. Yeah, that you know, she's a great lady, so that's awesome. Okay, well, anyway, so yeah, Moonbeam sent me some really cool movies for my birthday. And the first one is, even though it's a Warner Archives, collection, but it's Three the Hard Way with Jim Kelly, Jim Brown, and Fred Williamson. This is one of my all-time favorite black exploitation films, directed by Gordon Parks. The plot is a little meh, in some places, but apparently on this version, it's a new presentation where it restores the film to its original theatrical length. It's been only like an 89-minute version, but this one is a 97 minutes, so I can't wait to watch this. But all the action in this is great. There's an epic shootout in an arcade that's amazing, and it's really good. Alex Rocco is also in this, and then Jay Robinson, who played Dr. Shrinker in the Cross Superstar show. I don't know some of you will probably remember that if you watch Saturday morning cartoons in the 70s, Um, but which was a real surprise to see him in that, but he was always good to playing bad guys. But yeah, this is amazing. And the next one, well, this is a hard choice to decide between which the next one that I want to show, but I guess I'll go with this one first, which is Born Innocent, the Red Cross story, which Red Cross is this LA band, and a couple of them were teenagers when they first started this band, and they're still going today. And in fact, one of the two brothers that started it, Jeff and Steve McDonald, I believe it's like Steve plays bass for the Melvins, which he's been doing so for like a number of years. But this thing is packed and loaded with like a ton of like interesting stuff, outtakes, and then they talk about their records, the name change, because they used to actually be, Red Cross with a C, but then of course the Red Cross basically gave them a cease and desist. And there's all sorts of stuff. I don't want to go into all of that because it's just me reading off this thing, but there's a lot of featurettes and things like that. And then it says, yeah, there's plus more than we can list here. So see, there's like a ton of stuff. So, and they do, at one point they had Greg Hedson from the Circle Jerks in there, and they had originally on their first record there was a song called "We're a Cover Band," which was later turned into a Circle Jerk song, "Live Fast, Die Young." It's basically the same song but different lyrics. So I'll tell you, that's about as much as I'll go with on that. Not that I could, praise and talk, but this is the one that I this came out recently that I've been wanting to see, which is The Secret Lives of Bill Bartell by David Markey, who was in the band Sin 34. He did these two films, Love Doll Superstar and Desperate Teenage Love Dolls. He's the one who directed the Nirvana movie 1991, the year that punk broke, which I'm sure some of you have seen, which had Sonic Youth in it and Dinosaur Jr. and stuff, which was an amazing, concert film. But Bill Bartell, basically, he was a musician, a cop, a rodeo bull rider, and the punk rock zealot. He was a trickster, which he tricked me one time on Facebook, which was fucking hilarious. I'll get into that, but he was kind of he got around, kind of just he's full of mystery and all sorts of stuff, and he would post things on Facebook where he would be with like there was a picture of him in polystyrene of X-ray specs, and I'm like, what? How the fuck? What? I would just be like, wow, this is crazy, and one time what he did to me was he's just out of the blue sends me a message and he says, so what's with the beard? And I'm like, what? And he goes, the beard. And it wasn't me. It wasn't my beard. It was, I had a picture up on my profile of this guy who played baseball for the San Francisco Giants. And I don't remember his name now because he hasn't played for them in years, but they always said, they made T-shirts that said "Fear the Beard" because whenever he was on the mound, he was always like, he was like, fantastic, beating these fucks, and stuff. And so he just goes and he says, I said, well, what do you mean? What's with the beard? And I said, that's, so and so from the San Francisco Giants. And he goes, is he a real giant? And I'm like, what? And he goes, how tall is he? I said, well, I'd say he's, average height, maybe 6 foot, 6 something, And he's like, so then he's not a real giant. Does he have stilts? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And he's just asking me all these insane questions. And it's like, I go, Bill, I don't know what you're trying to get at, And then and I said, he plays baseball, and he's like, and then he finally goes, I'm just joshing with you, man, And I was like, oh, okay. And then he says, by the way, do you know the Japanese film House? I go, yeah. And he goes, you should watch that. And it's like, oh, I've been meaning to watch it. And then I'm like, thanks, And it was just so weird, And like, apparently every year, like Red Cross and a bunch of people, they would go to the Spaghetti Warehouse, which was his favorite place for his birthday, and they'd celebrate his birthday. So when he died, they still do it, as far as I know. And I thought, man, that is fucking like incredible. And he was like a fun guy, It's just wild. So I can't wait to like see this, because the trailer, I wish I could show the trailer. It has like the Melvins are in it talking about him, and Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth and whatnot. And like in the mid 90s, he was hanging out with them, and he was in hanging out with like Drew Barrymore, and stuff, and so, now she's so kind of basic, and stuff. So yeah, I still love her though, but I mean, I'm not a fan of like, oh, she's got a talk show and stuff. Like, why? It's just, but yeah, this is going to be something that, I know I'm really going to enjoy this. And like, he had a band called White Flag, and there was a deal where like they had Henry talking about it, Henry, Rollins, and says, there's this band called Black Flag. And he's like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, I've heard of them. They go, well, they're going to do a show with us. So it was going to be both flags, And he's also, okay, Juno, I don't know if you remember in the Decline of Western Civilization, during the Germ set, he's the one that took the marker and he's writing all over Darby's face while Darby's passed out on the stage.
Really?
Yeah,
That was him.
yeah. You can see him in several different shots in that movie. I mean, he was a lot younger, and stuff like that, but it's just funny, you know.
That's great to know about that detail. Like, holy sheep shit.
But yeah, those were like the amazing gifts that Miss Moonbeam sent me and stuff. And so
Those are great gifts.
I'm gonna catch up with the chat and stuff. Something uh has Russell's off the rails talking about One Eye Jacks and Johnny Quest and Rocky and Bullwinkle and stuff. And let's see. James, Jimmy Jack says he's Scooby Doo and stuff. And then Rosie says,
Hey, Jimmy.
she would have gotten away with it if it hadn't been for you meddling kids. And, oh, yeah, of course. I mean, Drew seems down to earth, but this was when, like, mid 90s, and she was hanging out with, Bill and a bunch of other people, Courtney Glove, and stuff like that. Martini Russ, there you go. Yes, Tim, he's the guy with the mustache. I know you remember him. I mean, he was, just doing all sorts of crazy shit, and then he becomes like a bull rider of all things, and he had this long ass fucking handlebar mustache. He's also like one of the things he was in. He actually did become a cop for a while too, which was funny because Black Flag had that T-shirt where it had the gun in the cop's mouth, and it had that sort of derogatory slur, sort of, that I'm not going to say what it was. But then White Flag had the shirt where it had the cop, but the cop was handing this kid his puppy, thank you for, giving me my puppy, officer, and stuff. And he just did a lot of like nutso things. When he was like 15, he took a bus trip to go all the way to New York to see Kiss play at Madison Square Garden. Nobody knew where the fuck he was for like a weekend, you know. And then he told me he had posted this thing about how he went to fucking that damn amusement park in LA, where they are out of LA, where they filmed Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. And so he was there for their thing. And he was saying like they kept doing take after take of these songs, and that it was so hot, like the kids in the audience were just passing out. And then he said at one point, Kiss left the stage, and then about an hour later, this limo pulls up, and Paul Stanley comes out with a ton of jugs of like fruit punch, handing them out to the kids in the audience. It's like, wow, just to think that he, like lived through all this like crazy shit, You're right, Tim. I should have asked him, what's up with the mustache, But I mean, he was pretty funny. I remember how he did, like, he went on some kid's blog that had posted a lot of the White Flag records, and he said, "Oh, what are you doing with these? You know, why did you post these?" He goes, I'm in the band." He goes, "I'm in the band," and the guy goes, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I'll take them down." And he's like, "Nah, man, I'm just fucking with you. You don't have to take them down," and stuff. And I mean, he was always just, I just wish I got to know him better. I mean, he was just like, yeah, definitely a jokester and a trickster. It was just, strange as shit. Russell, you mentioned that Kiss first appearance on the Paul Lynde Halloween special, but you're wrong. And I can prove it because they were on the Midnight Special pre to that and also the ABC in concert. You're close, but not correct. But it doesn't matter. But yeah. Here's one for you, Juno, to see if you remember this. Somebody get me a beer. Ring a bell?
Shit, fuck. I forgot. Fuck.
I know Tim knows what I'm talking about, and Jimmy might. But that was Darby when he kept going, somebody get me a beer.
Oh shit, it was Darby.
Yeah. And not Darby Allen though, But that's where Darby took the Darby from his name. So and then the Allen is from somebody that we will not discuss. You kids just have to figure that out on your own.
Yep. Oh shit.
Oh, by the way, if you can see it there. Carnage.
Carnage. This is going to be some serious carnage in 3D.
Oh, yeah. Bill just told me he wanted to go into 3D. So.
Yep. Bill. And then there was a question that someone said, have you seen Wolfen?
I have seen Wolfen. It's been a long time, but yes, I've seen it. Jimmy said when he had hair, he looked like Shaggy. Yeah, kind of like that. 3D porn stuff. Tom Hardy is an amazing actor, no matter what he does. Who showed Wolfen? 71. I can actually think of who it might be. Y'all can all say whether I'm right if that is the correct answer. Womp womp womp. Well, I don't care anymore. I don't give a fuck. So it's just basically
like who gives a horse's ass, pretty much.
Right.
Well, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna look forward to the next AEW pay-per-view. Fuck WrestleMania. I'd rather see AEW. Maybe Double or Nothing because it's happening maybe in May or something.
Right.
That's gonna be in Vegas, same time. But the shitty thing about that WrestleMania is that they haven't even started their fucking stage. So you're expecting that they're probably just gonna go lazy with the stage this time. Because I guess because Bruno Mars had a concert, so that's why they couldn't do the stage this weekend or some crap. Guess it's gonna be a horse's ass stage or something. But you know how much they're fucking charging for these new seats that they're gonna put fans on top of the stage where their wrestlers are gonna come out on the bottom. 10 grand for a fucking seat. Like, are you fucking kidding me? 10 grand to sit on top of this fucking stage that's gonna be under the wrestler's entrance because you're gonna see them in the bottom. Like 10 fucking grand for a seat. That's bullshit.
It's like, yeah, it's just like the average American can pull out $2,000 out of their ass to get tickets, you know.
Yeah, that shows you that. And also the ticket price is bullshit. Oh, it's 25% off. That doesn't mean shit because it's still horse's ass price, expensive. And
When I went to WrestleMania 7, I had second fucking row seats. I paid 125. And then,
125.
yeah, 125. And the next year, there was some kind of fuck up, and we wound up getting, well, we had second row seats, but then they blocked off part of the area, so our seats were missing. So then they rerouted us to like the row behind or something, and those were like 150. So yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And I guess there's a fucking rumor that the con artist Ted DiBiase might appear in that fucking WrestleMania
Why?
because he was not found guilty. I guess because now he's gonna appear probably involved in that fucking Randy Orton Cody Rhodes match. Because it's gonna be in Vegas, like, gives a shit. In my opinion, he's still a scumbag for stealing people's money, which is a piece of shit thing.
Oh, of course, you know.
And also, I guess maybe his brother might be convicted because he's still in trial too. The dipshit got out of fucking trial with not guilty, which is bullshit. And also, El Patron is in trouble too.
Yeah, I heard he just got out of jail or some shit. He looked like hell. That cracked me the fuck up. I was just like, you suck.
Yeah. There was another domestic violence involved. I'm like, whoa, shit. Another fucking
stupid.
I never gave a shit about him in WWE. I always thought he was overrated. I always thought he was fucking boring in the ring. Like, to me, he was no, because of course he's related to Mil Mascaras. He's no Mil Mascaras. He's no El Santos. He ain't fucking Eddie Guerrero or Hector Guerrero.
No, not at all. I remember, remember around, I don't know, whatever fucking time he was with them, but remember the time it was like Christmas or whatever, so they had him have that baby face turn.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep,
they fucked up, and and then something went wrong, and then they turned him heel again, like instantly. And it was so dumb. I mean, I'm like, what? You know?
Is it because it was around that time when he had that shitty robbery with RVD where he turned on Ricardo Rodriguez and he sided with RVD, and they're having that shitty feud with the world title, and that was shitty. Then they had the formation of that League of Nations group that even Sheamus thought was a piece of shit faction. Right. Rusev and Wade Barrett. where they got buried by Austin, Foley, and Michaels at WrestleMania a year later. Even I, I could tell Seth Coulter didn't even want to fucking manage this dude, but they forced him to manage him or something, which felt out of place. Like it didn't really fit the role.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, Wolf and then Wolf, and so it's half and half. Thank God it's not the Hand.
The Hand.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that fucking movie? It's such a piece of shit.
I seen the Hand poster, but I never seen the movie.
Oh,
Just seen the
man,
poster.
it is disgusting. It's just so stupid. Watching Michael Caine get his hand ripped off, and he overacts it. It's bad, you know.
Probably the worst movie he's ever done.
Well, besides that fucking Jaws movie, yeah.
Josh. Revenge.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why he did that piece of shit.
Yeah, to buy his mother a house.
Yeah, he didn't even
Yeah.
give a shit if it was a bad movie.
Well, I can't blame him for that, you know, but it was, you know, I'm like, no.
Yep. That was when the franchise went up its ass of how bad it was getting.
One of my favorite Albert Finney movies is Orphans with Matthew Modine and Kevin Anderson. It's based on a play, so like a lot of people didn't like it because, you know, it doesn't do much because there's not, you know, a whole lot of scenes. And, you know, and so it was like I always had to tell people, well, the reason you don't like it is because it's a play, so it's not really, you know, they filmed it exactly like it was supposed to be, except for like some of the opening sequences, you know. And it's such a great movie, though.
WrestleMania doesn't feel like the same with the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Hell no, it doesn't feel the same.
What has been my favorite movie so far this year? Bone Temple is on that list.
Same.
Fuck, I've watched quite a few things, but a lot of things that I've watched have not really resonated with me that much. There was the Billy Idol documentary, Billy Idol Should Be Dead, which is really fucking good. I watched this Micah Monroe movie last week. It's like this movie where she's like this drug dealer, and I mean, it looked good, but it was a weird ending, you know, and it was like, eh, I was really disappointed in it. Yeah, it's called In Cold Light, and I was really disappointed. But there's a movie that she's in as well called 100 Nights of Hero, and that actually looks really good. But I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah. So far, my favorite movie, of course, it's Bone Temple. That everybody's predicting, but I actually did like The Bride. I don't understand the fucking hate that movie got. I actually thought it was a pretty good film.
I haven't
One of my picks.
seen it yet. There was I watched Psycho Killer the other day, and that just it was really good up until the last act. That last act was just like, what? It like made no sense. It was
Yeah.
just like, okay, we're gonna do a 360, and I'm like, no, like, okay, that
Did you see the new Faces of Death?
I have not yet, and I don't know if I want to. I mean, the only thing that will make me see it is Barbie Ferreira. Other than that, I could give a shit, about it. Because those movies were fake as fuck. I remember seeing the first Faces of Death. I had some friends over. We made spaghetti and we all ate together, and then we decided to watch that piece of shit. And so then I said, I decided partway through it to turn the lights off and put on turn the sound off on the movie and play Slayer's Rain and Blood. And that was a better fit for it. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. The Bride was a fabulous film. I can see why most men. It wasn't bad as like fucking Men. Like I think Men's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I actually I saw Body Cam and I liked that. I thought that was decent. And thanks, Chris,
I
for the birthday wishes.
I did
Alfie
see the Silent Night.
eating.
Did see the Silent Night Deadly Night remake. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was decent. Yep, I watched Spaghetti. Well, I think we ate beforehand, or maybe part way through. But yeah, we did do that. I mean, I took a tip from Stephen King. I read an interview with him one time where when the interviewer got to his house, he was eating McDonald's and watching the original Blood Feast. So I was like, fuck, this movie is gory as fuck, and he's eating McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So, I wouldn't do it like on a watch party, like somebody we know. Oh my God, my Grubhub's here. Hold on, everybody. Womp womp womp.
So far, I have not seen a recent movie besides other stuff. Like I'm not really interested in these new movies that came out. Like I'm not interested in a Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm not interested in that Project Hail Mary shit.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that. This one's for Rosie. There we go.
Órale, órale, ese. But I do agree, just most shit doesn't interest you unless you get a good movie once in a while. But it's just most of the crap that are coming out has just been horse shit.
Right.
Like there's a dozen superhero movies that they're coming out. Like it's like every fucking year there has to be like 10 or 600 fucking superhero films jerking the curtain all over for fanatic overlords that wants to like see it. Like Oh, I want to see this bullshit and this bullshit.
Chester's going with queefs of death, you know. Well, see, you'd eat spaghetti watching anything because you love spaghetti. Well, that's the same, you know. I mean, whenever we finally get to eat together, yeah, we'll just, whatever, watch all those Final Destination movies. Those are good movies to eat too.
Yeah.
They should have a
Like
deal.
this is.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Finish.
No.
Finish what you were gonna say.
Oh, I was just saying, there's a lot of good things to, well, like you could have a special restaurant or something where, see Final Destination and have a 3-course meal or some shit, Have a
Yep.
bloody burger,
But when I was showing this, like, this is when wrestling was kicking ass. Who the fuck are you gonna remember nowadays? This is the fucking stars that you're gonna remember. Because I have this '90s DVD of all the greatest stars of the '90s. This is the fucking stars that you're gonna remember. Rhea Ramon, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Sting. This is the fucking badass crew.
And Moonbeam says, I don't know how many times I've been asked if I knew another Mario was coming out. Well, that's like me, when I was working in, record stores and stuff. You have the new Morrissey. He just put something out 6 months ago. There's not anything else coming out, When's the new Morrissey coming out? I was like, what the fuck is it with Morrissey, But then, of course, fucking Morrissey, made me a hero when I was working at Borders because he was in the shop. I think I've told this before, but it was so funny because our store was 4 floors. So everybody's ringing, everybody on the floor. Morrissey's in the store. Morrissey's in the store. Morrissey's in the store. So I tell this one woman at the register, I go, oh, Morrissey's in the store. What? Morrissey's in the store? Yeah. So, I'm going along, working on some stuff. She's ringing people up. And then the next thing that happens, I look up and he's standing right fucking in front of me. And I go, how's it going? And he's like, very well, thank you. And so then anybody that like got a job, at the store, and if they said they liked Morrissey, they go, you need to go talk to Russell because he talked to Morrissey. And then people, these new hires would say, so I heard you talk to Morrissey. And I'm like, yeah. I said, how's it going? And he said, very well, thank you. But I mean, it wasn't like a deep conversation. Like, why did you write girlfriend in a coma? Or, why are some girls bigger than others? I mean, it's just not like I didn't go in depth with him, about anything, but it was just funny as fuck, And then about a year later, he's playing in town and I'm going home and the streets were crowded for some reason. So I'm crossing the street and I'm at this one crosswalk, but it's just jammed with people. And I glanced over and he's opposite from me and I'm just like, and I, walked away, but it was funny as fuck. I was just like, okay. But so I always tell people, I was a damn hero.
Nice, Jimmy.
Good night, Jimbo Jack.
I know the new Malcolm in the Middle came out. That's
I watched the first episode. and it's fucking great.
You haven't seen the whole all the other ones?
Not yet, because it looked like I thought they were only putting one up at a time, and then last night I looked and it had episode 2, but I was like too tired to watch it because I'm like, if I watch it right now, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
We have a joke from Chester. They say, "Why couldn't the cows eat grass? They ate it all." Hey, Mr. Dan. Thank you for the birthday wishes, sir, and for stopping by and whatnot. Appreciate that very much.
The one movie I'm excited to see is a new Crow movie that's going to be a fan movie that's on YouTube. And it's free. I get to watch it. That's the only thing that's worth a shit, but
You know, Juno, it can't rain all the time.
it can rain all the time.
Actually, I was talking to Tim about that tonight. He said he really enjoys The Crow and stuff. Why does the
God damn
elephant
it.
still have 3 legs? Because the cow's got the other. That's a good one, Russell. I like that. I'm gonna take this
Yeah.
off because it's starting to make me kind of sweat. So
Yeah.
you know,
Mark Dacascos, I think he would have been a perfect actor for the sequel to The Crow because the guy they got was a shitty actor.
who Skarsgård?
No, not him. I'm talking about the sequels because the sequel to the first one.
I thought he was all right. I mean, fuck, you have Iggy Pop as the villain, and then Ian Dury is
No,
in it.
the guy that played the Crow sucked. I wish it was Mark Dacascos because he was much better.
Oh,
Because
well,
he instead did the TV show that was a piece of shit.
wasn't it that French actor Vincent, whatever the fuck his name is?
I don't know who that is. I thought he was a boring performer actor. I didn't really care for his performance. I think he was my least favorite.
Well, you know, see, at that time, Juno, another thing is they were compiling those soundtracks because a lot of soundtracks to movies were selling better than the actual movie and stuff, you know?
Yeah,
So there was that, you know.
but it's their dumbass fault. They should have put a better actor like Mark Dacascos because I think to me Mark Dacascos would have done a good job in it. Like it would have been much better than him starring in a TV show that just only lasted for 8 episodes or whatever that one season that got canceled afterwards. Like nobody does remember that TV show.
I don't fucking remember it.
That's right.
Unfortunately.
That's why they wasted him. And the reason why is that he was actually good friends with Brandon Lee, so it would make sense why he would be fit as the second Crow. And he even looks like Brandon Lee with the Crow makeup.
I'm trying to remember. Fuck, I'm gonna have to look it up, like who was in the
But
second one.
but the remake with Skarsgård, I thought that was a disrespectful remake.
You think everything's a Disney? No, I'm just kidding.
Seriously, I'm a fan of the original Crow. It's just I thought remaking it was disrespectful. Even even the original filmmakers called out on it. Even Ernie Hudson called out on it. Like that's fucking bullshit. They're remaking a movie that Brandon Lee died in.
Yeah, that
And
second
guess what?
one, Vincent Perez.
Yeah, that's him.
I forgot Mia Kirshner was in that thing.
Thomas Jane was in it too.
I did see that one recently, the one with Furlong in it, and I was like, meh, you know.
That's still the fucking worst one.
I mean, the one with whatchamadoodle, Kirsten Dunst was okay, you know.
Yeah, that one was okay. It was average.
Had Deftones in it and stuff, you know.
I'm looking forward to this fan film they're doing on YouTube. That's more interesting than this fucking remake they came out with.
Well, as long as Davy Death Ray isn't in it.
Yep.
Did I say that?
They got yeah. The good thing is they got Mickey James in it, so like that's great.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Kirsten Dunst checks in.
Yeah. Well, wow, when they were before they did the Skarsgård remake, they were trying to get different directors and different actors for the role because they didn't know what the fuck they were trying to do with this remake. They were close enough to almost getting Jason Momoa involved.
Jason Mamma Mia, yeah.
Yeah, from Aquaman, yeah.
Aqua Velva, yeah.
And they were thinking of getting James McAvoy in the role, then Bradley Cooper, then Channing Tatum. Like, what the fuck? How many actors are going to get this role? And they dropped out or some shit.
Rosie says the Counting sequel crows, which, is true. I watched, speaking of that, I watched the documentary on them, and that's a fucking, that wasn't even like that wasn't even like a band, basically. It was Adam Derwitz from The Hole, it was sort of like, because immediately once they started that band, he took control over it, immediately, and it's like, became all about him, and all this. And there was even points where they, were almost gonna like quit the band, and it was just weird,
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson Mike. Somebody still owes you guys, and that wasn't me. Whoever it was gonna do that Magic Mike stream for you and Brooke, I think, right? Tragic John. Yeah, in some ways. I'm not going there though, any of that. Oh, P was gonna do it, or he said something, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that Face of the Death movie that you said was a piece of shit, Vinegar Syndrome gave it a 4K that nobody's gonna buy.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that shit, because it's like, why? That's why I hate Vinegar Syndrome now, because they just do a lot of stuff now that doesn't make sense, I've firmly decided. I mean, there's still things they put out that I like, but I'm, you know, I'm Severin all the way. And even if Severin puts out something that, is kind of shitty, I would rather waste my money on that than, something from Vinegar Syndrome, because I mean, I could give a, I don't give a crap about, all those Faces of Death movies. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't put out a fucking, a box set of all of them and, in 4K with a hard case and charge everybody $1,000 for it, because people will buy it, because they're idiots, and
Yeah, and definitely idiot. I would get it. And even the Planet Asswipe.
Well, and Wet Noodle probably would too. Hey, everybody. Look, I've got bug eyes and I just bought this $1,000 box set. It's really good. I'm going to interview the director. Hey, what's your favorite movie?
Caca.
Fucking like, oh my God. Oh, Faces of Death. Well, I would probably watch that because that would be interesting. Oh.
Yeah, because they exposed that shit was a fake fucking movie, right?
Yeah, well, it even said, like, on the original video, like, you had to read down the box and it would say some of the things in this film are like fictional depictions or something like that. So, I mean, one of the things I think that was, because the bear attack, that shit was fake, because why would you're in a car and you see this bear attacking a guy, so you're instantly going to film it? I mean, now somebody would do that, of course, with all the phones. Somebody would be stupid enough, but it's like because there's nobody running to help this guy or whatever, and it's just because people would do that, like now, like I said, because a lot of people don't have any humanity left in them if something like that was happening.
Yeah.
But
Even
that I knew that was real was when that they had that African tribe or wherever they were from, and they were stabbing those antelope or whatever in the throat with those fucking bamboo like spears, and all the blood's jutting out, stuff.
I know the dog fight scene was fake because they were actually screwing each other, but they just throw like gelatin red blood to make it look like they were killing each other. That was fake.
And then the electric chair scene was fake. I mean, there's so much of that. The monkey brains thing was fake, and stuff.
Yeah, you could tell it's like a little dummy set where you could see like the head's really obvious.
Yeah, there were tons of people that thought it was real, Uncle Ray Faces of Death,
The only part I thought was okay. It looked a little bit real was like when the cops shoot out that maniac that killed his family. That was probably the only thing that looked okay. But like I seen that in horror movies,
Right.
so pretty much it's the special effects by Tom Savini.
Well, it's also like the Fourth Kind. People thought all that shit was real, and that was a fucking joke, It's like, what? Why?
The one that was more real than that bullshit was you ever seen The Killing of America?
Yeah.
That's the real fucking Faces of Death.
Yep.
And yeah,
When I was probably 12 or 13, there was a thing that NBC showed on prime time. It was called Violence in America. And they did a disclaimer at the beginning that they said, you know, how things were like, really going on that were really crazy, and that they were going to do, they were going to show this, and that parental discretion was advised. And they did that, and that they did show like a real execution. They showed a lot of like, stuff about murders and stuff. It was like a 3-hour thing. And then, like, I watched it for a couple hours, and I think by the third hour, my mom's like, "You don't need to be watching this crap. Turn off the TV," and stuff. So, but yeah, that was intense, and they only ever showed it once, so there was never any reruns or whatever. Yeah, I remember Rotten.com.
but the new Faces of Death, it seems like it's getting overhyped by everybody. I keep seeing fucking
But
commercial
it's
ads
not.
for
But
it.
see, but the
Like,
thing is, it's not what Faces of Death is. It's a actual
yeah,
scripted film, and I don't
yeah, it's
know
just,
if people are being dumb about it, or like they don't realize that it's like, this is not it's not related to this whatsoever. I mean, they're trying to con people like the others were a con, I guess,
yeah,
but it's just like, come on, be
it's just
smarter
like,
than that.
because I've been seeing like a bunch of like YouTube commercials. I'm like, fucking shit. How many times am I going to see this ad for the new Faces of Death? Like, fuck. They keep
They
playing it
should,
like 5 or 6 times.
if they had Wet Movie Noodle as the spokesperson for it, it would sell a ton of tickets, or even uh, cool, Knucklehead, with his Amityville, Karen and shit. I mean, those two idiots would be the perfect spokespeople for it.
Yeah. Same with Death Ray.
Yeah.
And Planet Asshole, Asswipe or Asshole.
Oh, I don't want to talk about these morons because they're, ruining the stream.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
Fuck
killing
them.
my
They could
buzz.
stick.
So
They could
I
stick.
had to delete
They could
them.
stick this up their culo.
There you go.
Let us celebrate Texas birthday. Fuck them. All I'm gonna say is that personally, I don't give a shit about seeing that. I'd rather just see another new movie from Shudder that's coming out or some shit. I'd rather see that new
Right.
Crow movie.
Queef bears. Yeah. Rosie would, like, sneak into the studio, whoever who's putting it out, and set all the prints on fire or whatever.
Yeah.
Ashton needs to get the van, take us all someplace, and we can, destroy like so many, wrongs in this world.
Hmm.
Oh man, I forgot that, to say that, the Motion Picture Association or of YouTube has, giving ratings on the, the stream, because it doesn't have an R rating, and so because there's no sex or violence, or nudity of any kind. So the MPAA has just asked me to say "fuck you," and so we're now rated R, folks. I've been cursing all night, so it doesn't really. Terrence and Phillip. You want to see asses of fire. My next film is Tuesday, Russell. It's another Andy Milligan film called Carnage, and it is up on YouTube. 1984.
The fucking carnage. It's everywhere.
What rating does the pirate give? An R. Yeah, there you go.
R. Did you see anything else besides the Michael Marone movie? You seen anything else?
I'm trying to think, because I'm usually watching, 4 or 5 like things every, week. I did see that, Psycho Killer, like I said, and that, what a disappointment. And I think before the Micah Monroe movie was when I saw Whistle, which it's good, but very basic horror with a lame ending. It's like so weird, because a lot of these movies have really good fucking potential, and then they ruin them by the endings, giving them these
Shyamalan.
No, not Shyamalan, but these pad endings that just, it's like, really, I was hoping that, you guys could come up with some better ideas for the ending, stuff.
I first thought they were going to be like the endings of the movie Shit, which was the trap movie, aka Shit.
That sucked,
That's what I call it. It's shit. Because that's 4 syllables. It's called shit.
I mean, I remember when Peters, said he saw it, and I think I saw it after him. I don't remember, but he hated that movie and stuff,
And Shyamalan hasn't done a movie after that, after doing Shit.
Oof. Moonbeam said, "Did you hear about the houses that fell in love and they had a long distance relationship?" That's definitely a Chester one, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Pirates. That's how pirates have sex before they go stomp on your toe and go. I think you meant gouge in your eye, and they say "arr,"
But speaking of the WrestleMania that you were at,
Yes, sir.
WrestleMania 8, Texas, they actually did a live stream on their vault for WrestleMania 8, the whole event.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy shit!
Well,
That is a good event. Like, that's more built up than the new fucking bullshit. But go
it
ahead.
was, except the main event was kind of shitty,
Yeah, because
because,
they had to put Hulk Hogan's ass in the end.
well, him, and then you have fucking Sid, and it was bad. And you had, Shango run in, and then you have the Warrior run in, and it's just like,
Like, they couldn't put Savage and Flair at the end.
right. That was a fucking great match. And Piper against Bret Hart.
Yep.
And that was, the one that Alan and I went to, where we stayed at the same hotel as a lot of them. And that's when the whole Hogan incident happened, and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
where him and Savage came out of the elevator, and Savage was very cool, saying, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And fucking Hogan's just like, "Come on, Randy," like we were shit under his shoes, and stuff. And that's when it was all over for me. I'm like, fuck this motherfucker, so there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Were you saying that? Were you in the second seat row, or was that like they fucked up your seat or something?
Yeah, no, we were supposed to be in the second row, but for some reason, at the angle it was at, they blocked our seats off. So they let us sit in the next row over. I don't know. It was stupid because we were like, where the fuck are our seats? I mean, that happened to us at a WW or a WCW house show, like before they got big. We had these perfect seats on the end, and then they cut like half the row, so our seats weren't there, And they were like, well, they made us sit like in the elevated seats because that's all they had, and they because they wouldn't give us a refund. And it was like, well, and then Alan was like, well, I don't want to leave because we drove all the way down here because it was in Oakland or some shit. And that
Mm-hmm.
was so it was fucked up, it was like, okay, so, and that was a rip off. We were
Yep.
pretty pissed about that. you know but
Amber shits.
mm,
Amber turd.
buzzworthy, yeah, there you go.
Fuck Amber turd.
Boy, you know
Is rest. I'm just tired of wrestling. I'm more excited for the new AEW or whatever the fuck's coming on.
Yeah, but you keep talking about it.
I'm just trying. I'm out of ideas what the else to talk because I'm like, that's the only thing that they've been talking about that I've been seeing, but that's it. I'm not really. The only because I already said what's that Vinegar Syndrome. Those assholes are releasing that movie that you hate, and
Oh, I did watch. They had them up on Arrow, so I watched the whole Vixen trilogy. Which I hadn't seen beyond the Valley of the Ultra Vixens and Super Vixens. I hadn't seen those in years, and that was a nice thing. I mean, and seeing Vixen as well, which is my favorite, Russ Meyer film anyway. So I watched all of those. But as far as new movies, fuck, I don't remember. Hey, Shamarlos, it's our favorite foodie. Shamarlos Scott is in the house.
hey, Scott,
He just ate popcorn. There you go. There you go.
popcorn.
Yep. Shamarlos, the man with the plan.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
If
I've had to come up with ideas like what do you think is the most dipshit YouTuber out there?
the most,
I don't know.
The most dipshit what?
YouTuber.
Oh man, I don't want to get into shit like that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to guess what the fuck to say. I'm like,
because we do that. We talk about these motherfuckers all the time. We give
okay.
them more. We give them more time than we get time. Boys in the food. There you go. I mean, fuck. We know everybody in here knows who the fuck they are, and so why do
They're horse's ass.
They're
full of horse's ass, and we don't need to talk about them.
We're just gonna go with Andy, full throttle 3D. I wish that documentary was playing somewhere because that's one of the most amazing things ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Juno, we could, I could. There you go. Like, what the hell was that? I've been listening to a lot of Cypress Hill lately, though, and Rosalia put boys in the food. It's the boys in the food eating pot roast. There you go. Yeah, birthday tootin'. I kind of
talk about moot.
The Pope was in here because
Pope.
I could do.
Yeah, everybody can ask us questions or something.
Yeah, that too.
If I want to ask one random question, what movie do you hate that everybody loves? I'm just asking a random question.
Damn, Chester, he's getting a little off the rails. What kind of food do Chinese women eat? Ho Thai noodles. Damn, not bad.
Holy shit, taco shit.
We've all been corrupting Chester, Play satanic voices. I can do that. Let's see. Well, that's more kind of Pinhead type deal, though. You know, we have such sights to show you, Kirsty. You know, all action.
Talking about worst movies you don't like, but people love. Like you don't like that movie Scar. The Scarface movie. What was the reason why you don't like that?
Because Pacino is all over the top. Plus, he was following Stone's direction, which he was not the director. De Palma had to, throw Stone off the set. It's like, this is not your fucking movie. This is my movie. Get the fuck out of here, And I didn't like all the drug usage in it because, I mean, I know that that's kind of what it is, but it's, that's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I don't, it's really never been my thing. I mean, like I went down that one rabbit hole that one time to watch, oh, fuck. Permanent Midnight and Train Swapping and fucking
Requiem.
yeah, Requiem for a Dream, and I just fucking hated that shit.
For a movie I hated was that everybody loved was American Beauty. That movie sucked.
That does suck. I'd heard all these fucking great things about it, and then I watched it, and I was like, "This is it." Like, okay. Like, nope, nope, nope. But you have Kevin, Space Cadet in it and stuff.
Scum shit.
We have such sights to show you in bathrooms. Pinhead has a fallback career as a tour guide. Yeah, he probably would actually. Morricone or John Williams? I would go with Morricone actually. P. Rich says just play your Led Zeppelin records backwards. Well, the only one that I don't believe it because I mean I have played some records backwards and it just kind of sounds like that thing where it says something about love and Satan and stuff. But one of the best things was Queens and another one bites the dust and you play it backwards and it sounds at least like it's saying to smoke marijuana, which is hilarious. I think so many of these preachers that were like getting into this whole satanic panic thing and saying, well, do you know what your kids are really listening to? And then they'd play these records backwards and you're thinking, well, I don't think most kids are playing them backwards, so I don't know how you're coming up with this kind of stuff. In fact, this was funny as hell. There was this band, Adrenaline OD, and they had this one backwards deal on one of their albums, and when you played it backwards, it was saying like Satan sucks, and it was fucking hilarious, Yeah, plastic bag floating around for 10 minutes, As far as Universal, I mean, I kind of like all of those, but I'd probably go with Dracula.
I'm a Wolfman guy. I go with Wolfman.
Another one smokes the dust. Oh, I mean, I do love the Wolfman one as well. I mean, I even love like the Abbott and Costello ones as well too because they were funny. But that's kind of where like a lot of the horror films weren't doing it for them because they had kind of run that out, and other people were putting horror films out as well. So then they sort of resorted to putting those monsters and stuff into those comedy films. But
Mhm.
it's just the way it goes. Dang, Rosie, always hilarious. Another one sells the dust. Juno, have you been selling dust?
Another one sells the dust for
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Are you
Yeah.
selling the dust?
Maybe that, or maybe the yayo.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here you go, Juno. My little tiny bottle of Valentina because
Orale.
the fucking store didn't have the big bottles, so I had to resort to buying 2 baby bottles.
Damn it.
Okay, just for everybody.
Hijo de la chingada. You drank it.
I did. I took a sip of it at least. Holy shit. This isn't the hottest though, but there you go. So you can say that I pulled a stunt on my birthday.
Hmm. But that's always good with tacos and carne
Oh yeah.
asada, all the good shit.
Everything. Yes. The real hot stuff,
The
the label
rancheros.
the label is black. So that,
Hmm.
just in case you ever decide to buy any Juno, you'll know that,
Yeah,
you know.
I like I like chili hot sauce.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Tim. A lot of those. And I'm out of commission for a week. Nah. Oh, I am so sorry, Chester. As Russell says, my bad. So I am so sorry.
Oh, speaking of, there's a new mummy movie coming from Shithouse to a theater near you coming out.
Well, there's the one with like Brendan Eraser and stuff. That should be good.
Yeah, but they're coming out with like some R-rated horror movie version, but it's gonna be associated with Shithouse. It's called Lee Corin's The Mummy, wherever the fuck that is. Pretty much, that's just the same plot as Exorcist Believers. It's pretty much spot on. That you just know it's the same story.
Chester's gonna suplex me. He probably could. No, I'm
Suplex
not.
City. Suplex City, bitch.
It is okay, Chester. You could do that if you wanted to. You know. I remember those model kits, Russell. In fact, I had a Frankenstein one that had the glowing hands. Okay, let's see. What's your favorite album title, Juno?
My favorite album title?
Yeah.
Gonna have to be Hollywood Undead's Swan Songs album. That's the original album.
Yeah, it was the Aurora kit, Tim. Who's the band? What's the title of the album?
It's the Swan Song album by Hollywood Undead, their first album.
And it's called the Swan Song album?
Yeah.
But see, a swan song, it means the last, so that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's their first album.
Well, see, that's why it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's just, but it's their best album. I actually like that album. It's just after that they suck because they replaced one of their members and they weren't that good afterwards.
Yeah, I had some guy that he didn't give me the CD, but he let me rip it when I was doing my radio show. And I was like, God, this is terrible, but I forget which one it was.
And I do like AFI's December Underground. That's one of my favorite AFI albums. Can't forget about AFI because they associate with CM Punk, so that's badass.
P. Rich says Ride the Lightning is one of his favorites. I actually, I'd say for me, one of my favorite titles is Locust Abortion Technician by the Butthole Surfers. You can't beat that. Who the fuck could come up with that, and like be like, what?
Bottom of the Gun was a decent song from Hollywood. Yeah, that was from the Swan Song album. P. Rich, yeah.
And then they had
that's one of their more funny songs. Go ahead.
And then they had Psychic Powerless, Another Man's Sack. So there you go. And pretty much most of their titles were always clever. Cream Corn from the Socket of Davis. That was another one. Oh, and then you can't forget the Big Black Record, songs about fucking. And there was only one song that was actually about that. So.
Hooray for Boobies, the Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, that's a good title, actually.
My favorite song of theirs is the what the fuck is that song? The Bad Touch. That's a funny ass song. I like that song. That song is fucking hilarious. I think it is from the Hooray for Boobies album. Yeah. Bad Touch is one of their fucking great songs.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Yeah.
Get you and me, baby, just get horny now. Just do it right. They do what those mammals don't do. Do. Get horny now. Do. And they're all dressed up in those fucking mammal outfits,
Right.
dancing like the fucking Joker, where he's like doing the humping position.
The bad dude. Ah. Yeah, we've known a few of those. What? Like in that fucking like in Kentucky Fried Movie, and then they have that damn the Bruce Lee parody, and then the guy that does the alarm with the megaphone.
Oh my gosh. Rosie, you're killing me. The bad douche.
Well, hell, we have hit the 2 hour and 2 minutes mark.
Mm-hmm.
At first,
me.
I was like, I was looking and I was like, man, we're barely making a dent in the time, I'm like, damn, I feel terrible, everybody, is probably like bored, but apparently not.
We're kind of out of what we're talking. We already talked everything.
Yeah, pretty much. But, I think, probably should. I keep getting these hilarious messages from somebody who, they want to stay anonymous.
I guess the only new movie that came out was that Michael Jackson biopic. That was it.
Really, you had to bring that one up?
I have no idea. That was like the other movie that came out.
There you go.
I was like, we already said Project Hail Mary. That was already done.
I don't, I haven't even really read what it's about, but it just kind of, I have this abject fear that it's going to be like that Gyllenhaal movie that I hate that, Z likes. But see, Z doesn't get it because I've seen so many movies with a fucked up ending like that. And I'm just like, no. It's just, it's like
Midsommar did that shit.
Well, that's not a space movie, though. I mean,
that's a piece of shit.
Midsommar is a movie about idiots for idiots. So
it's a giant piece of shit.
I mean, people hate Hereditary, and I don't see how that's possible. But then again, they really don't get that it's a slight retelling of Rosemary's Baby, except instead of a baby, it's a teenage kid. And so, you know,
Yeah. And Toni Collette's pretty good in that film.
oh, she's fucking amazing. You know, she's so good. Yes. And then you have that fucking, you know, Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Bo is
Yeah.
Afraid.
Yes. Where it's actually, a lot of it is good. It's fucking off the chain weird, but 3 hours and 30 minutes, and then you get to the last 20 minutes and it's so fucking slow. You know, it's like I felt like I was drowning in a pool of molasses. It's so fucking slow. And I mean, I went with this friend of mine, and that thing was so slow. And he can see me fidgeting because I just want to get up and go out and leave the fucking theater. And he's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "This is just fucked up." You know, it's like, I want to get the fuck out of here, but I don't want to miss anything, you know? And I'm like, you know, this is terrible, you know? And then as soon as it was over, I'm just like, you know, thank you, God, for, you know, releasing me from this fucking hell, you know?
But yeah, Midsommar, that's the worst of Astor's movie.
I mean, that had so much potential. It's just, if he hadn't made the characters so dumb, and people argue with me about it, you know, and they're like, "Oh no, they're just in this da 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 da." And I go, "No." I go, you know, I go,
You
do
gotta,
you really believe that, you know, the sister killed the parents and then killed herself, you know, or whatever? It's like, no. I mean,
yeah,
there's no reason, you know.
you gotta watch the director's cut.
Oh, you know, I would
That
rather.
ain't worth a shit.
I know.
You rather what?
I don't know what I'd rather do, you know, but I just can't, you know. Thank you, Rosie. Yes, my birthday was good and everything, you know. Thank you, you know, Brooke and Chester and P and Tim and Jim Jack and Mr. Dan and Marlos and Anthony Chabot and Ashton, and, you know, huge shout out to Z. I wish he would have been here tonight and stuff. And, you know, and of course, you know, the beautiful Moonbeam and whatnot. I have to turn her face a big bright red, since she kind of does that to me and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, and oh yeah, and Liana as well. And, you know, I don't want to forget anybody, you know, and 71, you know, and of course, you know, Russell Madison and um, Chris from Black Glove Reviews, you know, stopping by.
Chris.
And, you know,
Chester.
yes, well, always, you know, Chester. Chester is the man.
Also to Rosie, thank you for the bad douche. Pete Rich.
And I do that to her enough, so everyone gets to see my face. Yeah. Nobody really wants to look at me, though. They probably had enough screen cracks as it is. I'm gonna catch hell for that one, I know. Oh, just as a uh, you know, random, you know, time when I pull, you know, something out. Reform School Girls with Wendy O. Williams. You know, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
When I was talking to Tim today, I was telling him about Christmas Evil and how that's John Waters' favorite Christmas film, and also Don't Open Till Christmas. Anytime, yeah. I had a great birthday, and you guys just capped it off and everything, you know. What? It's trying a bowl of molasses. What a sweet way to go. Well, close enough. I mean, you're bad, so there you go. All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be out of here like Vladimir and stuff, and
Hmm.
oh, and Juno did want me to tell everybody this. Intergalactic, intergalactic, intergalactic. Woo, 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 woo. There you go. Thanks, Tim. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on the flip side, and we'll see you on Tuesday for Carnage. So, there you go. Peace out.